tell myself a little bit. You gotta lose yourself a little. You know what I mean? Don't get tight. You know, every time we go to the gym, they always tell us, lose yourself up. You know, you gotta lose your muscles. You gotta lose your joint before you get heavy. Before you start lifting up weight. You gotta do the same weight. You gotta do the same thing with the Lord. You gotta use yourself up. Every morning, I gotta get ready. I gotta get ready before I face the day. I gotta get ready because I don't know what I'm gonna face. But you gotta be ready. I mean, you gotta get ready yourself because you don't know what the enemy is gonna throw you at you. You don't know what the enemy is gonna have for you. So you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready spiritually, mentally, and physically. You gotta be ready. Amen. Amen. Trust me what I'm telling you. Because the enemy, he don't like you. Remember that. Okay? The enemy hates you. You know it. Okay? The enemy don't want nothing to do with you. If it's possible, he can take your life. But he can't. Because he has to go to ask for permission to God to do that. He can torment you. He can throw everything at you. But that's it. That's why you got to be ready yourself. Amen? So, I was asking the Lord, I said, Lord, what do you want me to bring? I mean, I can preach anything. I can get it with anything I can get. I can preach it. I can get it. And sometimes it's good when you hear the voice of God. And God gives you the message. And you know that's from God. God's preparing something. God has something for somebody. I don't know what you're facing this morning. I don't know what you're going through. But sometimes we always go through something ourselves. We always do. It's because we always go through trials, tribulations. Always going through something. It's never easy. Life is not easy. Life is hard. Even when I was a kid myself, it wasn't easy for me. Open your Bibles in Genesis. Chapter 32. I know a lot of people, I don't know if you read the story. It's a beautiful story of Jacob and what everything is going to face, what he's going to do. And when I was going to this, looking for the message, God told me, go to this chapter, go to Genesis. And an opening, and he right there to chapter 32. And I said, well, what is he going to show me this? And I preached so many times, and teach so many times in this chapter. But every time, tell me, every time you read it, it's always something different, all the time. It's never the same. Because God is never the same. Right? God always is, and He always going to be God. We're the one we change. We're the one we decide to give up. We're the one we decide to not keep fighting, not keep forward. We decide sometimes to go back instead of going forward. Amen. So it's not God. God is always there for you. God is always there to protect you, to deliver you. Because that's what He is. He's a loving God. Amen? Amen. So, chapter 32, verse 2 and 1 says like this. So Jacob went on his way. Let me get my glasses. What I get? I forgot, I can't see them. I had 40s in. My eyes got all messed up. Okay, so Jacob went his way, and the angels of God met him. When Jacob saw them, he said, "This is God's camp." And he called the name of the place Mahanaim, right? So remember that name, okay? All right. In Hebrew, means two camps. Okay? That's what it means. There are two, not only one. There are two. Okay? Remember, he named that name. So when Jacob saw them, he said, "This is God's camp." And he called the name of that place. 3. Then Jacob sent messenger before him to Esau, his brother, in the land of Seir, the country of Edom. Amen. My message is facing your biggest fear. Jacob in this moment, the Bible says Jacob went his way. That's mean Jacob, if you go back to the next chapter, chapter 31, you're going to see Laban, his father-in-law, he was chasing him. He was trying to kill him. He was coming to meet him, he said, but not in a friendly way. He was trying to kill him because he ran away, because he left without saying goodbye, without telling, "Hey, I'm leaving. It's time for me to go back home," right? But the Bible said that he got all that stuff because God told him, "Jacob, it's time for you to go home. Go home, buddy. You've been too long away from home. It's time to go see your family." So he obeyed the voice of God. But you know Jacob's always want to do his way, right? You know, Jacob always trying to trick everybody. You know, that's why he got the name. He liked to trick people. He don't like to do it the right way. He want to do it the tricky way. So what the Bible said is, he picked up everything, his wife, his kids, and his maid, everything, he left. Without telling this person that he was leaving. And the Bible says that Jacob then ran away. And then Laban got the news. Hey, Jacob just left. Picked up his stuff and left. And he got mad. Right? He got mad, so he was going to go and chase him to kill him. But remember, I'm going to go back. So the Bible said that God appeared in a dream to Laban, and it told him, "Don't touch this man." He told him, "Don't even put a finger in this man, because I'm with him, I protected him." So when he met him, he told him straight, "You know, I was coming here to kill you." Sometimes when we face our biggest fear, we forget sometimes. Jacob, let's go back to chapter 32 when Jacob says, so Jacob went his way and the angel of God met him. Here we go. Jacob went his way. And the Bible said that he appeared angels, the angels of God. It was not only one. There were a lot of angels. Okay? That's what the Bible said. Angels means more than one. And Jacob saw the angels. And he got amazed. And he said, this place, this is the camp of God. That's how he named the name. In Hebrew, now means camps. Camp of God, 2 camps. Because there were so many, so he divided the angels in 2 camps. Okay? So the Bible said, when Jacob said, so Jacob went his way and the angel of God met him. When Jacob saw them, he said, this is God's camp. And he called the name of that place, Anaheim, right? So here we go. Facing your biggest fear. Jacob knew before going home, he has to face somebody. He knew that. When he was alone, and he went to talk to his God. And the Bible said that his biggest fear, it was that his brother was coming up for him. So he knew before he go home, he had to face his brother. If you go back, remember what he did to his brother. You guys, how many of you guys remember? How many of you guys read the Bible? So you know the story. Okay, how he tricked his brother, right? And now he tricked his father for the blessing. He stolen the blessing from his brother. It wasn't for him to take, but he did it anyway, right? So that wasn't a good idea either. So remember, so Esau told him, he was going to kill him. Esau told him, my father's going to die. When that happened, I'm going to kill my brother. So Rebecca heard what Esau was saying. That's what he told him. Get yourself out and get out of here. Flee before your brother kills you. And when he forget over the year, I will call you, bring you back. But nothing happened. You never heard from his mom, right? So 20 years passed. And God told him, it's time, Jacob. Sometimes we gotta face our own fears. I don't know what you're going through tonight. I don't know this morning. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what problem you're facing. But maybe this is message for you. But Jacob knew. Sometimes when we want to get blessed, we gotta go to trials. We gotta face our own fears, no matter what. You can't escape from that. You can't escape from your problems. You gotta face it, no matter what. You can't find no way out. You gotta face it, sooner or later. Consequence, you gotta face it. Nothing you can do about it. Right? You want to be disobedient, you're going to face consequence. Right? And nothing you can do about it. You can ask God for forgiveness, but you still got to face consequence. You've been forgiven, but you got to face consequence. Why? Because for disobedience. Because we don't listen. We want to do our own things, our own way. And that gets us in trouble. Instead of listening to God, we're going to do it our own way. Jacob knew that. Jacob knew that he had to face his consequence. Jacob knew he had to face his brother. But God was preparing him. God was preparing him to what? To be strong. To depend in Him. His focus has to be in God, not in the problem. Amen. God got him, and He told him, listen, you see all these angels? These angels are for you. Yes. I'm protecting you. That's why you divide my angels in two camps. He said, you divided it, you named it, because you divided it. Why? Because you're going to be in the middle. They will protecting you. They will fight for you. That's what God does. Remember that. Okay? It's not your battle, it's God's battle. He will fight for you. But we gotta let him fight for you. Amen? So Jacob divided the angels. Okay, I'll be in the middle. Right? So say, okay, everything's gonna be alright. I got this. That's what he said. That's what he thought. I got this. Alright? God ain't your who? Thank God. He's by my side. Alright? Hey, you gotta have him by your side. Not the enemy. Him. So Jacob thought, well, I got this. That is by my side. Look at all this, Senor. Man, you know, one angel can kill 180,000 in one day. Just one angel. Now imagine yourself a legion of angels. How much destruction they can do, right? Imagine that. I said, my goodness, that's a powerful angel, right? You know. So Jacob. So Jacob said, so I got this. So we got this already. I got it all figured out. So there are two camps. I'm here. So and then let's go. And then it says, verse 3. Then Jacob sent a messenger before him to Esau his brother in the land of what's his name? Seir, right? Yeah, Seir, the country of Edom. And he in number 4, verse 4, it said, he commanded him and saying, speak this to my Lord. Now, humble himself, okay? He humble himself, all right? He said, tell this to my Lord, Esau, right? Thus says your servant Jacob. Now, he changed the name again. He never said your brother, right? Now, it's a servant. Okay, I'm here not like your brother. Think about it. I'm here not like your brother, but like servant. I'm here to humble and serve you, right? You know? So he commanded, say, speak that to my Lord Esau. Thus your servant Jacob said, I have dwelt with Laban, staying there until now. Okay? I have ox, donkey, flock, male and female servants, and I have sent to tell my Lord that I may find favor in your sight. Okay? So he went over there and he sent 2 servants, take this, and this is the message you're going to take to my servant, not my brother, right? To my Lord. Being a humble man. Okay? Listen, I've been here for 20 years, dwelling with this guy. You know, it wasn't easy. I went through a lot. I went through hell. But you know what? God was with me. And look, I was blessed. You know, I got this. And all this is going to be yours. Right? So he was trying to reconcile his brother with gifts. That's a mistake. Right? Because why you want to try to reconcile your brother with gifts? Remember, you never know if it's going to work or not. He's coming here to kill you. Right? To take your life away. So he commanded him. 6. Then the messenger returned to Jacob and said, we came to your brother Esau, and he also coming to meet you. 400 men are with him. 400 men. My goodness. You know, the beef was only me and him. Right? You know, I'm trying to fix this problem. But he's coming with 400 men. This guy really is trying to kill me. Right? You know, I mean, I guess he still remember what I did to him. How many people remember when you did something wrong to them? They still remember that. They never forget that. You know, and they will keep that against you, no matter what. Even if you change, they're still going to keep it. No matter what. Right? The only one can take that away is Jesus.
Yeah.
He's the only one. That's why if you have a problem with somebody, go reconcile with him. And then you will receive the blessing of God. Don't keep nothing against nobody. It doesn't matter who he is. If it's a family or a friend, it doesn't matter. You go over there like being a child of God and ask for forgiveness. If he forgive you, praise the Lord. If not, that's his problem now. You did your part. And God saw your heart. So, Esau was coming with 400 men. He comes to fear. And they said, and Esau came to one, he said, so 7. So Jacob was really afraid and distressed. And he divided the people that were with him in the flock of earth and camels and in 2 companies. Listen, he got so scared because he was facing his biggest fear. Remember, fear, what it does to you, it will confuse you. Fear, what it does, it will distract you from the things of God, from the promise of God. Because you're fearing death. You're fearing something. When the bad news hits you, what is the thing you do? When you go to the doctor tells you you have cancer. You're going to die. What the first you think is fear. Fear death. And you say, I don't want to die. And the doctor told you only have a couple days. Because the cancer's so advanced in you. Nothing we can do. So Jacob had heard the news, your brother is coming, and he's coming to meet you. But he's coming with 400 men. So he's not coming alone. He's coming with a lot of people, with a whole army to meet you. And Jacob felt fear. He felt scared. He said, I am dead man. I'm going to die here. And the Bible said he started dividing the people in 2 camps. Wait a minute, Jacob. What happened with the angels of God? Why are you dividing the people in 2? You divide the angels of God in 2 camps. Because when fear gets you, it gets you blind. You can't focus. You can't see right. Because all you can see is the problem. Amen. All you can see is the fear. All you can see is no way out. I'm going to die. And you forgot what God is telling you. And you forgot what God is showing you. Because fear is taking you over you. That's why sometimes That's why sometimes we don't want to keep fighting. Because you lose strength, you lose power, you don't have the strength for nothing. Jacob forgot. Jacob got so scared. He can't think right anymore. And the Bible says he got so scared, he said, I'm going to die here. And he started dividing the people in 2. Why are you dividing the people? If you divide the angels of God in 2 camps, that means you divide them to protect you. To protect those ones that you love. God is telling you, angels are there for your command, Jacob. Use them. God is telling you, I got my angel to fight for you. Ready to fight. Ready to show. Ready to tell, go and fight the situation. Go and protect my family. Go and protect my kids. Go and prepare my job that I'm looking for. That's what the angels for you to use them. Not to keep them for a show. Use them. But how are you going to use them if you never read the Word of God? How are you going to use them if you don't focus in God? The Word of God says that it says that His people perish of what? Why? Because we don't read the Bible. Knowledge comes of the reading of the Word of God. Study it. Spend time in there. So Jacob said, I'm a dead man. Remember, your mind is your battleground. Your fight is in your mind. It's in your mind. Not inside, in your mind. That's where the enemy attacks, in your mind. Not in the inside, in your mind. Your mind is a battleground. You gotta prepare your mind for a battleground, for a fight, to get ready to fight the enemy. That's where you fight the best battles, in your mind. Not inside of you, it's in your mind. Why? Because the enemy goes in you telling you, you got cancer, you're going to die. You're going to lose your job, buddy. You're going to be out of work. Your job is going to finish. What are you going to do now? Your guys are going to help you. Where it gets in your mind. Not in here, but in your mind. Jacob got the news, and it wasn't pretty. It wasn't a beautiful news. Jacob told him, his two men came and told him, hey, they're coming after you. My goodness, it's not going to look pretty, buddy. I don't know what you're going to do. But 400 men with him. And the Bible said he got distressed, he got scared, he was afraid. He can't think right no more. Sometimes we do like that. Sometimes life is not fair. Life, if you don't know what to do with life, life will know what to do with you. Yeah. I always told my boys this. My boys, I've told them, listen, life is not easy, son. And life is not fair all the time. Because we say it's not fair, but nothing is fair, son. Nothing is. If you want something, you gotta fight for it. You gotta go after it. Nobody's gonna come and give it to you. You gotta go and get it. You gotta go and get it. The blessing, yeah, God is gonna bless me, but God is not gonna go and bring it to you. He wants you to go get it, go grab it. The blessings are there for you. Amen. Who's stopping you? Yourself? Nobody else but yourself. Because it's all there for you, son. All there for you. Look at that. Faith without work, James says, faith without work is what is dead. James says, show me, he said, work without faith, which is dead, right? Because if I go to work, he said, but I'll show you my faith with work. See, with work. Why? I can say, well, Lord, your Bible says this, that the blessings are for us. So, if I ask God, okay, Lord, so I want $1 million. I want a Cadillac, a mansion. Because the Word of God says that ask whatever you want, right? And you will receive it. Right? So people, they believe that. And it's true because what the Word of God says. Right? And they say, well, this is what the Word of God says. Yeah, well, God is going to bless you, but it's not going to bring you $1 million from the sky. Or when you wake up, you're going to see a brand new Cadillac parked in your garage. Well, keep dreaming, keep trying, because it's not going to happen. Right? When I ask the Lord, Lord, bless me. Lord, I need a new job. God is not going to bring you a job knocking in the door. I've got a job for you. Don't work like that. Faith don't work that way. When I say, Lord, I believe, I have faith, and I trust in you, that I know when I go out, this is faith working. See, working, faith and progress. We got to work it out. You got to progress. You got to go. You got to try it. That's what James said. Faith without work is dead. If I pray prayed for the Lord. I said, Lord, I want a job. And the Lord said, well, get up and go look for it. And I will prepare the job. I will get you and take you to the right place. That's faith with work. But if you stay like, oh, I'm waiting, my bill's getting piled up, I'm getting behind in my rent, but I'm waiting for work because the Lord says so. Keep doing me. You're going to be in the street. Because that's not the way faith works. You got to get out. You got to go. You got to look for it. And God will guide your path. He will take you to the right job, to the right position, to the right level that you're looking for. He's the one, right? And then you will see that it was God. It was God. God gave it to you. Amen. Nobody else. It wasn't me. It wasn't my strength. I practiced it. I put my faith and work. And He took me and I got what I asked Him for. Amen. Amen. That's God, people. That's the way He works. Amen. Okay? Don't believe what the people say. Don't believe those people in the TV. They're telling you, oh, that God says this. Oh, that God says that. Oh, that God says to bring this. Oh, and boom, mine is going to appear in you. That's a lie. Amen. That's a lie. Oh, you send this much money. Oh, and God is going to open the heaven. He's going to bless you. No, that's a lie too. Because I've been praying, I don't see nothing. And I am the one that got all that. He got the same God, the same one that I serve. Well, wait a minute, are they special or they're better than me? Or they know how to pray? Or maybe they have a secret way to pray and God answers their prayers? I'm trying to figure out all this. And every time I figure it out, God shows me something different. And every time I say, well, God, where's the problem there? What is it? You got to show me. Because, man, I want to be blessed like that too. Man, I want to have a jet. It's that this person got a lot of heat because he was in the news, because he was saying that he was in a jet and he was praying and God talked to him and God told him that God told him, you need a better plane. You need a brand new plane to take my gospel. My goodness, I got to go to fly in the sky. I went over there to fly and I fly out to the Lord and I'm waiting for His son. I never heard His voice. He told me, keep dreaming, son. That's not going to happen. It don't work like that. And he got a lot of heat because of that. And the people believed in what he said. And then he said, I never said that. Dude, they recorded you. It was in the news. What do you mean they say that? It's right there. They're showing you what you were saying. Because faith don't work like that. Their God is a God of money. My God is my God of peace, of deliverance. And my God is the one that He come and deliver you in the day of trouble. That's my God. When I don't know in the situation, God, I'll need you. I need your help. I can't do it by myself. I don't have the strength. I'm confused. That's why I need you. I need you, Holy Spirit. To light my mind. Let me think right, Lord, because you're the only one. It's the only one that I need. You're the only one that can help me in this situation. Yeah. When you get the news into you got cancer, what will we do? We get all down. We get kind of like, I'm going to die. I don't know what to do. And you start telling people, and you say the other people too, I don't know what to do with it. I'm sorry you got the bad news. Well, nothing I can do about it. Right? And then you get more discouraged. And then you come to the church and everybody put hands on you and you go the way you went out, you go the way out the same way. Right? That's it. You gotta set what is it? What is it? Yes, thank you. The atmosphere, thank you. You gotta set the atmosphere. You gotta set the stage. Set it up. Set it up. Get ready. Jacob forgot. Jacob got all distracted. He saw it. And he saw the problem. But he knew what the solution was. God showed him what he had for him. And he forgot. Why? Because he got mind blinded. He got so blind. He got scared. Fear took the best out of him. And the Bible said that he was so scared. And the Bible said that he don't know what to do. And he saw it. And remember what happened when fear gets you. The darkness come over you. The darkness cover you. Fear is taking over you. The clouds are so dark. You don't see the light. There's no way out. And then the Bible said that he got so scared and it started shaking and it started like, what am I going to do in this one? And sometimes it happens to us sometimes. Sometimes when we get the bad news or we get, or we're losing our job or you get home and you head home and they hit you with this news that your wife said, I want a divorce. I'm not happy with you. And you start thinking, what's going on? What happened here? Like I'm telling you, and then we start fear gets the best of us. And we start thinking, Lord. The Bible said that then Jacob your mind is your battleground. Your fight is your fight is in your mind. You will now remember, because everything is in here. Everything is all in here. And when Jacob got home, Lord, he said, what am I going to do? Remember, he said he started dividing the camp. He started dividing the people. And what will we do when something like that happened to us? We forgot. We're still thinking our own way. How to fix the problem. And then you go and get counseling and try to save your marriage. And you go and go to a meeting and they told you and you said and they said, well, what's your problem? Where your problem start? And you tell, well, I don't feel the same and this and that. You know, we'll always invent something. And they told you and they say, I see what the problem is. And they told you all they need is separation. Separate yourself for a while. What in the world says that? And the Bible don't say that. The Bible don't say to separate and figure out the problems. The Bible said what? What God brings together, no man will what? Separate. No man. That's not the solution. That's not the answer. The answer is you need both together. Come together. Agree and try to work it out. But gotta bring God in the middle, in the center of the problem, of the storm. And God will what? Establish it. That relationship that was lost. No marriage is perfect. No marriage is so perfect. Even the family people have problems. Even the family people divorce and separate. And they got all the money of the world. But you know what? They're not happy. Smile. Jesus loves you. Remember that. Okay? Don't get so scared. Lose yourself up a little bit. Just lose yourself up. Come on. Move yourself. Move yourself. Get loose. Get loose. Receive the message. Amen. Amen. Because remember, if you don't know what because the Word of God says, if you don't know who you are, remember this. If you don't know who you are, You know who you are or not? Because if you don't know who you are, the enemy is going to come and steal your identity. You need to know who you are. Because he will come and rob you, your identity. If you know who you are, and you get with people, they all talks about all negative stuff. Not positive, but negative, all a bunch of stuff. All doing this, all doing that, and this and this and that. If you don't know who you are, they will take and rob your identity, and you start becoming like them, and you will start acting like them. Because what? Because you don't know who you are. The Bible said in John 10:10, what? The enemies come what? To rob, right? And to steal and kill you, right? Rob your identity. Rob your joy, your peace, your family, your kids. That's what the enemy does. You need to know who you are. Amen. In Christ. Amen. In Christ. You need to know who you are. You need to be a leader and not a follower. Amen. That's one thing I always told my boys. Don't follow the wrong people. Follow the right people. Follow the ones that have the same vision, the same plans, the same future like you. Because then you will succeed. But you got to know yourself. You got to know who you are. Amen. Because no, the enemy will come and rob you and confuse you. Because you're confused, you don't know what's going on. And you let people move you. Same thing in church. If you get with people in the church that all they talk is about negative stuff, that I'm going through this and I'm going through that and I don't know what I'm going to do with this, and I got problems in the home, and I got problems, problems. And then that thing jumps on you and you start feeling the same way. Because you're confused. Because they rob your identity. But if you know who you are, the enemy can't come and steal your joy, your peace. I know who you are in Christ. I want to be the head and not the tail. I want people to follow me. Why? Because I show them that I know who I trust. And I know what I stand for. I stand for Christ. I believe in Him, and He's the only one. So I'm starting, I don't know what time it is. I don't want to pass myself and then get mad. Okay, we've got a few minutes. All right.
Poor Hay.
Amen. Amen. So, if you know who you are, that's all I told the boys. If you don't know what life is about, son, you better get ready. Because love can make you and shape you and destroy you. And it will throw everything at you if you don't know who you are. When I was a kid, growing up, I never had the privilege to grow up in a nice home. With the good parents. They supply everything that I want. I never had that luxury. I grew up poor. I grew up, my home, it was the street. My friend, it was the other ones, worse than me. And everything that I want, I have to fight for it. Or I need to steal it because I need to feed myself. I was starving. Hungry, no shoes, walking with bare feet. Sometimes I cut myself and I see the cut and blood coming out, and all I have to do is cry and try to come for my own self, because nobody was there for me. Nobody was saying, this is going to be all right, son. I want to be for you. Don't be afraid. I'm here for you. I will take care of you. Nobody was there for me. I was just myself. And because I was confused and I don't know who I was, and all the people was telling me that you were good for nothing, you're not going to make it, you're not going to succeed, you're going to die like a dog, you're going to be like that. And I started believing it. And I started believing it. I was not believing the lie. I said, you know what? Maybe it's all right. Maybe this is what I deserve. I was just a little kid. And I started believing that. Why? Because I was confessing death. They were throwing death on me and I was accepting it. And I said, maybe they're right. Maybe this is it. And I was looking up and pointing at him and I told him, why you bring me to this world? Why you made me to go through all this? What I did wrong? And told him. And then told the people, what's wrong with me? Oh, but something inside of me was fighting. Something inside of me. It have hope. It was something that I know I can make it. I know I can be somebody. I know I can go and make it to the top. But nobody's gonna help me. I gotta do it myself. And told God, please help me. Please send somebody. I need somebody. I need some help because I can make it alone. And see my parents, see my mom, and see my brother the same way. The poor lady, she has no money. He can feed us. He has to go her own self. People took advantage of her, take her money and everything. Me and my brother, we all grew up together, help each other. We get in a fight, but always something negative. There was nothing good. And this woman got hit. I mean, he died. The enemy took to life, 2 sons from her, and it was so painful. It was everything. My father took his own life. I saw what he himself, and everything was lost. It was no hope. I felt the way Jacob was feeling, but the only advantage that he had God by his side. I don't have nobody at that time. I didn't even know God at that time. But something in me, because something in me was searching for something. Something that was searching for an answer, but nobody's going to bring it to me. I have to search for it, and I need to look for it. And I said to myself, I will do something. I will make something out of nothing my own self. And somebody appeared, a brother, and I didn't even met him. I didn't even know him. Poor lady got raped when she was young. When she was only 15, she got raped. She got pregnant, and they took the kid away from her, and they give it for an adoption. And I never met this brother until years later. He appeared and said, "This is your brother." I don't know who he was, but it was the beginning of something good. And this came, he said, "Hey, listen." He said, "You want to do something for yourself? You want to help your mom? You want to help your brother?" He said, "Let's go to America. Let's go." Why? Because I was crying out for help. And he came, he said, "Let's go." I told one of my brothers that I grew up with him. I only were like 2 years apart. I was the one always looking for trouble. I was fighting all the time because there was so much anger in me. And I was tired. People was abusing me, do whatever they wanted with me. I was tired of that. It was anger. I want revenge. I was trying to kill people. You don't know what my mind was. My mind was so dark that I wanted to say to myself, one day I want to grow up and I want to get big. And I'm still short. I don't know. I never grew up. You know? And I tell God, I said, when I grow up, I'm still the same size. And I guess that wasn't for me. You know, God want me short. So, there's nothing I can do about it. That's what I told my wife. "You're so short. Nothing I can do, babe." I try. You know, I cry for him so he can, stretch me out, man. No answer. So that's the way I am. Right? They see my voice so big, and people, my coworkers that showed the picture of my voice, and they look at me and they say, George, what happened to you? And I got no answer to that. I said, I don't know what to tell you. And they told me, are you sure those are your kids? Because, they're taller than you. So, to this problem, I gotta fix something. So when he showed up, he told me, let's go. I told my little brother, my older brother, he was only, like I said, 2 years older than me. So let's go, bro. Let's go, come on. Because me and he were like this, like my boys. They're like this. I was like this with him. When he was in trouble, I was there to defend my brother, no matter what. And I was a little kid, but I was there. I was a fighter. You gotta fight for your life. You gotta fight to survive. I always been a fighter. Nothing got easy. Nothing was easy for me. I had to fight it to get it. I had to fight what I want. But thank God for Jesus. Because He showed me. He showed me the way. He showed me what I need to do. He showed me being strong. Because you got to be strong to face the problem. Amen. You cannot be weak. Because if you're weak, life is going to destroy you. Life is going to change you and make you a different person that you don't want to be. You got to be strong in the Lord. That's supposed to be strong in the Lord. Amen. Be strong in the mighty of God. Yeah. Yeah. God never looked for wimps. If you see, always looking for what? For stronger men to the fight battles. Amen. You're weak because you want to. It's not because God wants you like that. You want to be like that. That's why He said, life hates you, and you're not crying, and you don't know what to do. And God told me, don't be a wimp. Open the Bible. Yes. Prepare yourself. Spend time with me. I will give you the strength. I will give you what you need. I will give you the weapons for you to fight. Amen. When He told me let's go, and I told my brother, he decided to stay. And I went. And my old lady, what's the name? Okay. What? What? No. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Jesus. That's back. It's all coming back to me now. It's all coming back. And then he had another little brother, and he was only 3 years old. And I remember that little boy crying. I was the only one protecting him because nobody was there for him. And I told him, and I told this. I told him, I'm going to go. And he was crying. And he grabbed my arm and said, don't go. I don't want to be alone anymore. You're here for me. Who's going to take care of me? He was only 3 years old, 4 years old. And he was told, don't go. But I told him, I need to go. I need to go. I need to bring something. I need to bring change in our lives. And he was told, but don't go because I'm going to be here by myself. Nobody's going to care about me. Nobody's going to watch over me like you did. And I told him, but I won't come back. I won't come back. I want to make a lot of money. And I'm going to make this and I won't come back. And I'm going to bring you nice shoes and nice clothes. And you're never going to wear those stuff again. Because I believe in something. Because I don't know, but God was preparing the way for me. Because I said, I will go. And He brought me in. And then we came and we walked almost 3,000 miles walking all the way here. And we're starving and cold and hungry. And we went places and asked for food because I had no money. We walked. And we came to Mexico, and we came to Tijuana, and right there He decided to split. I was only 8-year-old kid, and He split went. He said, let's go. And I told him, I want to go with you. I want to go to the other side with you. He said, I can't take you because you're on my way. And he left me right there in Mexico. And I was crying. And I was crying. I felt what Jacob was feeling. Alone and scared. So what am I going to do now? I'm just here. I don't know nobody. I got no family. And let me tell you something. This was 3 years. It was hell for me. It was hell for me. I was being abused. Physically, mentally, verbally, I was being abused. They did whatever they want with me. But because I was a kid and I was nobody there to defend me or fight for me. They threw me in a place in the garage. They locked the door. And I spent all my nights in fear, in darkness by myself, crying, asking for help. And told God, where are you? God, where are you? I need your help. Where are you, God? And I knew, I said, God is way up there. He's not coming down here and help me. I got to do something for myself. It's because God was working in me. God was preparing something great, thing for me. 3 years passed. And I said, it's time. It's time, like Jacob, like God told Jacob, it's time to go back. And I hear the voice, it's time for you to cross the river. Remember, it was just myself. And I said, I will cross that river. And I will cross it. If I'll make it, I'll make it. If I'll make it, I'm going to die. Ain't nobody know where I died or where I stood. But it doesn't matter. I'm going to try it and make it. My mind was set. My mind was set. And nobody's going to change my mind. Nobody. When your mind is set, nobody can take you away. Not even the devil, not even the enemy, not even the Satan. Your mind is set. Your mind is set to receive that healing. Yeah. Amen. It doesn't matter what the doctor said. But I will receive the healing because my mind is set. Because what God says so. Yeah. God said you're going to be healed. I will be healed. Yeah. And it doesn't matter how many times, how many years it will take, but I'm going to be healed. Yeah. Because he says so. Praise God. Not the doctor, not the devil. He says so. He told me to, and I believe it. Yeah. When he told me, let's go, and I said, I'll go and I won't cross it. And let me tell you something, it was pretty, it was ugly. I see people being killed. I see 2 girls being raped. I see 2 guys being shot in the head. A little kid. I was only like 12 years old. I was just a teenager. And I said, but I gotta go. But listen, I don't know where I was going. I don't know what, but I know I was gonna go. My mom was sick. I didn't even know where Los Angeles was. All I said I was gonna go, that's it. And they told me, where are you going? I don't know. I didn't know where I is. I just gonna go. Because I hear that was the promised land. Remember, for us, that was the promised land. I hear that there's this flow of milk and honey. And I'm going to go. Because I want to go to the promised land. And I want to get those blessings. My mind was set. But it was set because God was guiding me. And I didn't do it. He sent his angels to protect me. And when I crossed all night. And I didn't know, but I was right there in San Diego. But I didn't know if it was San Diego, but I crossed all night. I mean, I was hungry, starving. So, I mean, it was terrible. And I was running and hide because what we always fear is, you know, the immigration. So I was feared, so I don't know. I just went and said, I'm going to try it, I'm going to make it. And then when I was tired and walking, I was just giving up. And I said, man, I think I made a mistake. The enemy was trying to rob my blessing, my encounter with God. And he said, man, I need to get back where I was. But I don't want to go back to Egypt. I don't want to go over there and be a slave. And when I crossed and I was tired and I see this man was driving and this person turned around and I got scared because I thought maybe it was the immigration. And then I was keep walking and he was following me. And then he said, wait, big young man. He said, and I looked with scared and in fear. And I looked at him and he said, yes. He said, where did you go? I said, well, where are you going? And I told him, I'm going to LA. He said, do you have some family? No, I don't got no family. I'm here by myself. Do you have a number to contact? I got nobody. I got no number. I got nothing. I don't know where I'm going. But I know I'm going to the promised land. That's where I'm going. And he looks and he said, get in here. He said, let me help you. Let me give you all right. And I went inside and he said, and I was quiet because I was scared. And he told me, don't be afraid. Everything is going to be all right. And he said, listen, I saw you walking and I was going to pass you. But God told me to turn around. God told me to pick you up. That's my God. Amen. And I said, and I didn't know what he was talking about. I thought he was crazy. Because I never heard the voice of God. But he said, God told me to. So that's why I turned and picked you up. About a little time, I don't know. A little bit more. So, biggest fear gets you. My fear was going to a place that I didn't know where I was going. And the Bible says that Jacob was afraid. He was scared because he didn't know what he was going to do. He didn't know man, I'm going to die here. I was in the same position. I was scared. I don't know where I was going to go. But this person turned around. He picked me up and he told me, God told me to pick you up. That's why I turned around and picked you up. And I was scared. He said, are you hungry? Yes, I'm hungry. I'm starving. I haven't eaten for days. So he took me home. He offered me food. And he offered me a shower. And he gave me clothes. And I was like this, scared. And he said, well, are you going to go to LA? I said, yeah. And how you going over there? I don't know. Probably walking. But I don't know what's LA is. And he told me, well, and then he told me, listen. Oh, but he gave me the good news. And he told me, young man, do you know Christ? And I told him, no. I know his name, but I never met him. Because in my country, it's so religion, it's so Catholic. I remember being a kid by myself, crying to God. You know how you see, I don't like to say this, but you know, Christ and the cross, so skin, you know that. Actually, it's not even Christ. That's an idol. Okay, that's not Christ. That's an idol. Okay. I don't like when people say this is Christ. No, that's not Christ. That's an idol. Because did you see how Christ looks? I never met him. A real person never met him, so I don't know how he looks. So I can say that's Christ. That's an idol. But I remember crying to the idol and told him, if you're God, please help me. Please help me. I don't know, but at least those things was guiding me. And I said, please help me. I need help. I don't want to be like this. I don't want to die like this. If this is the way I would feel time, I was trying to kill myself because I was tired. Because I don't want to be like this. Why I have to be like this? Why me? Why me, God? But God was preparing the way. And I didn't do it, but he was doing it. And I remember, and he told me, so what you need? He said, I don't know. He said, listen, he said, God loves you. God, that's why I turned around, because he told me to turn around and pick you up. Because God loves you. God has a plan for you, young man. God wants you to be your friend. And I remember when he was telling me, and I was felt something in me. My heart was pumping, and I was scared. scared, but at the same time I was feeling joy. I was feeling something good inside of me. And I said, what's going on? Why do I feel this way? Because the love of God was pouring out on me. And He was showing me that He was caring. He was caring. He was watching over me. And I said, why do I feel this way? But I feel good. It feels something good. I never felt it before. I was felt in joy. I was felt in peace. And he said, let's go to church. And he said, okay. And I remember when he told me, and then I said, listen, give your life to Jesus. Give your life to God. For God was preparing the way. Because He knew that one day I'm going to meet Him. I'm going to meet Him face to face. And He took me to church. And then I walked all the way to, you know what Escondido is, brother? I mean, all night, all the way to Escondido. That was a long walk. I mean, that's a long walk. And I did it. I mean, I crossed the river, walked all the way to Escondido. It took me all night. Now imagine walking all night. And I remember that he took me to church. And this preacher was preaching, and he was preaching the salvation of God, the salvation of Jesus, the hope that God is hope. God can change you. God can change your situation. God can send your way to a better way. God is the answer. God was the answer you're looking for. You need God. And I was listening to Him, and I was hearing, but at the same time I was receiving the message. And then when he said, who want to seek the Lord? And I said, and I raised it. I don't know, but I just raised it, so me to raise my hand. And I raised it. And he said, you want to seek Christ in your higher personal Savior? I said, yes, I do. Yes, I want to. And in that moment, God was changing my life. God was preparing me for greatness. And when he prayed for me, and I said, Jesus Christ, my personal Savior, He changed me, and I felt it. But remember, I still was a kid. And that man, the pastor, opened his house, the door to his house, and took me in. And he took me in. And then when he took me in, remember, I was just a teenager. I was a wild animal. I was ready to be tamed. You know, like the horse. When the horse is wild, it takes time to train him. You're not going to change the horse in one day. It takes time, and it takes training. When he told me to, he invited me home, and man, I was happy. I was all right. And then God went, and then I got myself in trouble. And I remember that the young pastor said, I can't keep you no more at my house. I gotta send you back. Here we go again. He said, I gotta send you back. So he was trying to raise some money to get the ticket, one-way ticket home. And he took me back to San Diego. And I was lonely. And I was crying. And I said, I felt like it was just, everything just collapsed in front of me. And I said, I remember sitting alone in the dark. I felt like Jacob. Jacob was alone, afraid, scared. And I told God, I'm tired. I don't want to live no more. I want to die. Nobody want to help me. I'm a lost cause. Nobody want to deal with me because I'm not an easy person to deal with. You can tell my wife, I've got issues, I got problems, I do. But I got God help. And I said, God, I'm tired. Why is always happening to me? And I was crying and told him. And this is when I opened up my heart and I told God, if you're really there, like everybody says, God, I need your help. I just tired of fighting. I say, take my life. I don't want to be like this. I don't want to go back. Because I promised my brother will come back. But not like that. And I said, God, where are you? And I remember those voices. And I told God, if it's true, what people said, can you deliver and change people and change life? And you help the ones in need. If it's true, I told him, change me, change my life. Because sometimes you gotta be alone with God. Sometimes you gotta face reality. And I was facing reality. And I said, I said for me. And I was asking and crying. I was scared. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was scared. And I said, Lord, please help me. If you do, if you change my life, I will serve you. I will dedicate my life to you. And I will bring people to you. But I need a miracle. I need a miracle before it's too late. And the next day, God brought somebody. He brought us this couple. They invited me to church. And that day, I met God face to face. I remember what I told him, come. I accept you. My heart is ready. Come into my life. And I started feeling the changes. I felt something like a water, or maybe a river of water falling over me. And I was feeling every filthy things out of my life was going out. And I started feeling joy and happiness. And God was preparing me for greatness. Hallelujah. God was telling me it was time to meet him face to face. It's time, son. In that moment, everything changed. Everything started changing. Everything started falling in places. The couples that brought me to church, there's the couples that God used them to become part of my life. They opened their heart. They opened their homes. And they took me in. And they took me like their own. They don't have to do it. How you go to a second person? I explain to you know where this kid is. Oh, but it was God. It was God preparing everything. They opened and they accepted me. And for the first time, I was felt in love. For the first time I felt what love was. Was to be in love. Being watching over you. And God says, this is what I got for you. And in that moment, my life changed forever. It wasn't even easy for them. You can ask my mom. It wasn't that easy, right? It wasn't easy. It It wasn't easy. Remember that. It's a strange person, a strange kid for another country. It wasn't easy. But you know what? They showed me they care about me. And I said, why they care about me? Nobody really care about me. But there's people. Why? Why they see it in me? What they saw in me, it was a young man needing for some help. A young man that all he needed, all he was needed is a little bit of love and guidance. And my life never been the same. I never really, yeah, I got problems, I got trials, I do. But I'm not alone this time. I got Jesus by my side. Before I was alone, but not anymore. 40 years later passed. 40 years. I lost contact with my family. I don't know where everybody was. Nobody. My mom, my brother, nobody. That little boy, I never met him no more. I mean, I never see him. I still, that day that I left, that's it. I didn't know what happened to him, my other brothers, or my mom, my real mom. 40 years passed. And I remember what I told that boy. One day I woke up back. I woke up back. And I remember praying and asking for 40 years. God, help me find my family. I need to see my family. I want to see if they're okay. 40 years later. 40 years later. That's a long time. That's a long time. A couple months ago, I tried everything. I'll close with this. I tried everything to find my family. I tried Facebook. I tried Oprah. I even tried some more. They said Oprah's a good girl, good lady, so don't try it. They like to help people. He never called me back. And I said, that's messed up. You know? Because I was expecting him get a call from him, so I will take him to the TV. And I was expecting to be in front of him and told him, you know, I give everything to Jesus. I give all the glory and honor to God. I tried everything. Ask my wife. We tried everything. I babe. But then my wife said, you know, they do the they have this thing that ancestor DNA. Oh, because she want to know if I have Indian in me. He said, I want to know what you have in you. I said, well, I got blood. That's all I know. I'm still alive, so I got something. And I remember that they said, say, you know, maybe we can find your family that way. Oh, but it was time. It was time. That was time. God's timing. God perfect will. God was saying it was time for you to meet your family. And I remember we marched and somebody when I got the result. And it said right there, this family, it was closest family of mine. First cousin. And I said, man, I'm going to try this guy. He said, well, yes. And I tried it and tasted it. And it took me like over a month. I never got a response from him. And I was coming for work. I was driving. And he called me and he said, yeah, this is this person's name, and he told me his name, and he said, yeah, well, you looking to somebody? He said, yes, I'm trying to look for my family. I want to know if my family, it says right here, because he did the same thing. And I know it was God's plan, because he decided to check the same thing. He wanted to know how much Indian had in him. But actually, it was God preparing everything. Amen. And then when he did that, and then we marched, and he said, yeah, you know, I'm looking for my mom. My mom's name is this name, and my brother, but one brother died, and my dad killed himself. And then he said, and I told him, my mom's name is Lucia. And he said, wait a minute, I know the person. That's my aunt. Yeah, that's my mom. He said, are you George? Yes. What? He got all excited. He said, wait a minute. Everybody thought that you're dead. Nobody know what happened to you. And I told, yes, I'm trying to look for my mom. And I got so excited. And I started crying, driving when I was crying. Because I was so excited, I'm going to I'm going to see my mom one more time. And then he gave me the name and the numbers, and I started calling everybody, and everybody said, man, everybody got so happy, everybody thought you were dead. My mom disappeared, I didn't know where my mom was. The poor lady. And I was close with this, and then they said the Bible, and he said it, and he was so, everybody, I don't know where your mom is, maybe she's dead, I don't know, nobody knows where she is. And I started praying, Lord, you told me that it was time to meet them already. Why? Why I can't find her? And I know what's time. And then, then I met my little brother, the little one, 3-year-old kid. He's not a kid no more. I'm taller than him. Okay? So I feel myself proud. I'm a tower on the side of him. Yeah, I'm a tall guy right here. You know? So he's 29, and he said, and he got so hard. I called him, and he got in shock. At first, he was kind of not trusting me. He said, who's this guy? He don't know who I was, and I don't blame him. And then he took him a while, and then I said, it was me, and he got so happy, and he started crying of joy. He was, man, bro, I mean, I thought you were there. I thought I was never going to see you again. And I told him, you know where my mom is? No, but I know somebody will find her. And I told, here, go look for her. And they found my mom, and they brought her home. And this lady, she was all confused. She didn't understand what was going on in her life. The poor lady, she was beat up. You can see his life all beat up, all black of the sun. She was, if you see it, when I saw it, I was just crying. And he was told her, hey, your son appeared. Your son is alive. She thought that I was dead. And he took her a couple days to come to her senses. He realized that it was me. It was this little boy. Because I was the little one at first. Before my other brother was born. I was this little baby one. And he took me and he said, I want to go back where I was. I want to get high because life wasn't fair for her. And I told her, it's me, Mom. It's your son. Remember the little kid, the little boy? Remember I decided to leave with my other brother? She was afraid. She was afraid to go because my older brother abused her too, mentally. And I was angry and I was mad. I was like the story my goodness, don't stop. It's getting good. I'll stop here. But I gotta finish the story, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know? And just give me a few minutes. And then I told her, it's me, Mom. And then I was angry at first. I was like Joseph. When Joseph got, his brothers sold him, and everybody knows what happened to him. 4 years later appeared. That was my life. That was my story. 4 years later appeared from the dead. And I saw him. And I said, yeah, your mom's here. It took me a while. I told Mima, remember that. Remember I told the name of my other brother. And I told him, it's me and him. Remember that. And he's trying, yeah, but your brother got killed. And they said, because he did. My brother was, the gang killed him. They cut him in pieces. And it hurt me when I heard the news. Because that was my brother. Because I grew up with him. I was raised with him. And I told him, come with me. Don't stay behind. But he decided. But when I was praying to God, and I told him I want to meet my family, I want to see my family, and I told him I want to see my brother, I want to see him one more time, I want to bring him to you, I want to bring him to your kingdom, Lord. Give me a chance. But when I was praying, God was telling me, your brother is not alive no more. Your brother is gone. He prepared me. And I knew, and when I got the news, I told people they don't understand what I'm talking about. I was praying and God told me, my brother was gone already. And that hurt me because that was my older brother. And I was trying to go for him too. And my mom, it was all a poor lady, and I said, Mom, it's me. And then when the sooner I found where she was, and they brought her back to the town, I got a ticket. I went and fly over there. And for the first time, she was waiting for me in the airport. That poor lady. Life wasn't fair for her. I remember that lady, dark lady, all beat up. You can see her. Looking like this. And when I saw her, I said, right. It reminds me, I'm back. Everything's going to be all right now. Your life is going to change from now on. You're not going to suffer no more. Nobody's going to take advantage of you no more because I'm here. I will defend you. I will fight for you. Nobody's going to take advantage of you no more. And my brother was hugging me and kissing me, and they can't believe it was me. And I told him I'm back. I'll come back to fulfill the promise that I told you. And then she got my arm, and she was seeing, moving my head like he was trying to believe it was me. Because she said her son was dead. She thought that he never going to see his son more. And I told him, smile, it's me. It's your son. And I remember sitting with her and talking to her. She told me, she was in tears and told me, I thought I was never going to see you. He said, somebody pushed me at the dead cliff, and I went down. He said, and I hit my neck. Poor lady, she was in a lot of pain. And she said, nobody helped me. They left me right there at the side of the road. And I said, son, and I said with a lot of pain. And I thought I was going to die. But he said, but he called Papa Shoot, Jesus. But when I was there, he said, and thinking I even spent the night there because I thought I was going to die. He said, but Jesus told me, I heard his voice, and he told me that I was coming. He said, I was coming. I'm coming for you. When she was telling me, I felt it. And he told me, I thought I was going crazy. But he told me that he was coming from far away. He said he was coming from far away. He was coming to pick me up. He said he was coming for me. He said that my life was going to change. And I told him, Mom, that wasn't him. That was me. God was telling you that I was coming. God was telling me that I was coming for you already. And He was preparing you. My brother, he's a Christian. My little brother now he preached. And I remember he was telling me, he told me, George, I was at church and I was praying for you. And the pastor came to me and prayed for me. And he was praying for me, and he said, and he told me, you're gonna receive a call from far away. It is a good news, not a bad news. It is gonna change you forever. And when he was told that, the next day I made the call and I talked to him. Now, don't tell me that wasn't God. If you don't know God tonight, if you don't know God this morning, it's not too late to come to Him. God loves you. God sent His Son for you, to die for you, to deliver you, to give you hope, give you a future. But it's for you, a second of rejecting Him. You make the choice. Stand up, please. I'm sorry I went a little bit, but it's just... He is here. God is good. God is so good. That's why I love Him so much. That's why I'm so in love with Him. Because He's been so good to me. That's why I know He's so real. Because He did miracles in my life. I never been the same. That's why wherever I go, I always take that message of hope to other people. I always told them, come to Jesus. He will change you. If you need prayer, if you want to pray for you, you can come to the altar, we can pray for you. You know, give it to Pastor Larry.
This message is pulling at some hearts right now. I don't know who you are, but God knows. No matter how you feel, no matter what your situation used to be, God can give you new life. Amen. There's several here today. You're not really where you should be with the Lord. It's more than just being religious. It's more than just coming to church. It's even more than reading the Bible. It's a relationship with the Creator, Jesus Christ. I feel the Holy Spirit tugging at some hearts right now. He'll come and get right with Jesus. Come and get right with Jesus. This is your opportunity. There is no promise of tomorrow. You do do not know if you'll live the rest of this day because it's all in God's hands. But God has given you an opportunity to get back with Him. Not to embarrass you, but to present you an opportunity to get everything settled, everything right. Just close your eyes for a moment. Holy Spirit, we ask right now that you would move on the hearts of these that are here now. They know that everything's not settled with you. They know that everything's not right the way it ought to be. The relationship is not what it ought to be. Holy Spirit, I ask you right now that you just minister to these. Let them know that there is forgiveness, let them know there's deliverance, let them know that their life can change dramatically. All with one word. That's for them to say and surrender it all.